Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome at my second video about the English language and learning and studying and getting the knowledge deeper and better. And I decided, as I said in the first video, to make it just in English, also for all the other people and my friends or somebody around. So, and I picked this time not the tenses, because I think that not really many people like the tenses in English language, because it's not so, as I said before, easy. But this time, something about vocabulary, which is not like my specialization, but as I always say, that when you want to expand your knowledge, expand your command, and how you really speak and how fast you can actually express yourself in English, the best is to know a lot of words, a lot of new words, a lot of vocabulary, because then you can actually understand them the best. You can get them to understand deeply what they mean, and also it's the best for your speech. So actually, how would you like to express yourself when speaking in your speech? So this time I picked actually the difference between adjectives and adverbs. And I think that when you understand the basic difference, which is not really something very, very difficult and hard, because actually there is a real difference, like in other Slavonic languages, Slovak and Czech including, then you actually can very easily and very simply use it in any kind of sentence or compound sentence or anywhere you would like to. So first of all, adjectives. Yeah, adjectives are all the words which I prepared. Also, I have to read it. Adjectives are all the words such as big, dead, interesting, important, which are coming before the noun or before the compound noun or expression or term, or after the link verbs. So it means that it's something which actually describes or explains how is the person or thing or what you would like to actually express. And it actually describes the person or a noun or a thing much better into a deeper way. So, for instance, it's an important thing. So you can say it's a thing, or you can say important thing, or you can say big house. House is just a simple term, simple noun. But when you say a big house, you have a better description, you have a better explanation. So this is adjective, according to dictionaries and according to actually how you would like to understand it. And adjectives are usually, I have to say that there are really thousands of adjectives in the English language. A lot of people don't understand it, but it's pretty like a lot how you can express not only basic, good, bad, big, small, large, or interesting. These are the basics. But the problem is that you can actually express in English language a lot with a lot of different, various, very distinct, very specific adjectives. So adjectives are quite important, especially when you would like to express the characteristics of the persons, some personal features, or describe the shape, describes the form, describe anything. Like adjectives is very important, especially in let's say some literature texts or in manuals. It's quite important. Word class. Word class is this kind of type of the word which we are speaking about. And then there is an adverb, which is again like word class, which is formed many times, is formed from the adjectives, just very simply by adding the suffix ly at the end and a little bit of some modification or changes in the middle at the end of the adjective, but not always. There are actually a lot of exceptions, and there are also different adverbs which are not formed directly from the adjectives, but mainly 80% of adverbs are formed from adjectives by adding the suffix ly at the end. Adverb is actually something which is which actually what? It adds some characteristics and it answers the question how, yeah? And what kind of adverbs can we have? Adverbs of method, adverbs of time, and adverbs of place. So it means that how is something done, in which time, so frequency, and what kind of adverbs we have, like lot, because we use it on everyday basis, basically. So it's slowly or very, politically. But for instance, also now or today is basically the sort of adverb. But it's a time adverb which is not formed from the adjectives. It's just specific type of. Let's focus now just about like how to form these adverbs from the adjectives. I prepared just some of these kind of, and these actually adverbs are adverbs of manner. So how you can do something or how something is done. Adverbs of manner. Let's say comfortably. Comfortably is at the end is ly, and the adjectives is comfortable. Check it out that sometimes it's very easy how to remember it with the association in some sentence. So for instance, you can remember it like in a sentence that this sofa is very comfortable, but I sleep there very comfortably. So it means that you remember that adverbs are always actually used when you answer the sentence for the question how. And usually it's connected with the verbs, yeah? So the sofa is, I am, he is comfortable or important or interesting, so we use it adjectives. But when you use the active verb, then you usually have to say it with the adverb. The next one is, for instance, angry, and the adverb is angrily. Angry, for instance, the dog is angry, but he was speaking angrily. Yeah, so you see again the verb is very important. You use the verb and then you actually add the adverb. Yeah, then loud, loudly. Yeah, or nervous, nervously. Polite, politely. Quick, quickly. Quiet, quietly. Rude, rudely. Sad, sadly. Slow, slowly. So these are typical, very sort of basic standard adverbs of manner, and they are basically sort of regular. Yeah, they are regular because you form them with the suffix ly at the end. Then we have still, which I would like to really focus on, is bad, badly. Be careful, a lot of people think it's wrong or something, badly, but no, like I feel badly or he made it badly. So it's a correct adverb. Then normally, you have a double L there because you put the suffix ly, so you actually form the double L word. Proper, properly. Quick, quickly, as I said. Comfortable, comfortably. Angry, angrily. Be careful at the end when there is a Y letter, vowel, then you have to change it to I letter and a vowel, and then you add ly, yeah? Happy, happily, the same, like angry, angrily, you change the Y at the end to I. And then be careful at the end, I would like to focus on irregular adverbs, which never change actually or change differently the form when you create them, when you want to form them from the adjectives. Early is the same form early. So you say it either in adjective expression or in adverb expression, you say the same. For instance, I wake up in the morning always very early, but it was an early morning when I woke up. Yeah, so you see the difference, but you always say early. There is no other form of adjective or adverb. Then fast, be careful, a lot of people, I heard it a lot and it's really wrong, fastly. Yeah, it doesn't exist. Please delete it from the mind. There is fast, yeah. So you say, for instance, he's a really fast runner, and you say that he was very fast doing it, or she came very fast. So you always use it in adjective or in adverb form. Good. Be careful. Good. The adverb is different completely. Well, but it's a typical British standard Oxford grammar. You will hear, you can hear, and you can really listen a lot to dialogues where they use it as good. For instance, I'm good, he's good, she's good. They mean well. Like there is a real sort of influence of American English a lot. So you can hear a lot of expressions where, like, grammatically correctly and according to the grammar and according to standard and rules, you should use well, but they always use good. You heard it a lot in the series, movies, dialogues, like she did it good, we made it good. They use it quite a lot in American English specifically. So it's correctly as well. And you can use it like he's well, she's well, that's well done. It's connected many times with some sort of passive verb, and you create the other expressions. And then you use it, of course, like standard, like I'm well or she's well. Then hard. Be careful, hard, adjective or adverb. Because when you say hardly, it means completely something else. Hardly means basically, when I check it out in the dictionary, because I would like to use it in English correctly. So hardly is a modifying statement. Hardly is expression like hardly ever, hardly any, hardly anyone. It means there is a specific expression, and hardly means something which is like only small amount, only a detail which makes it true. So it's you can use it in a sentence, I hardly know you, or he hardly slept. So it means only little bit, only actually just the detail, hardly. So there was a time when he couldn't sleep at all, or he didn't sleep at all. So you see the difference. Hardly means completely something else. But when you say hard as an adjective and an adverb, you mean like this. These times are hard, we are living in now, or it was really hard how he made it. This is really hard time. So you use it always hard, like, because you say hardly, and that's a different story. Yeah? That's a completely different cup of tea. And it sometimes I heard it that people make mistakes. And the last one which I prepared for you is late. Late, also the same like early. It is adjective or adverb, and in the same actually expression, sentences or expression is the same. So you say, for instance, it was late morning or it was late night, and I was still woken up. Or you say that I don't know. You say that she came late, or I was late. I'm always late. Now you say it in a form of the adjective. So be careful of using adjectives, adverbs, and how they use differently. Next time I can prepare something more about the adverbs of time or different adverbs. These were more about manner or method, but there are many other adverbs. Like adverbs that really form the sort of color and tone of the sentence. You know that in the English they say it at the beginning or in the middle or at the end quite often. For instance, fortunately, unfortunately, surprisingly, interestingly, well. They say well, but that's kind of adverb. But they start the sentence with that. It's something like initial clause of the sentence. So there are many things, many expressions which are very standard, and they use it very often. And it's important because they create the better understanding and deep comprehension of the language with the adverbs or adjectives, of course. Thank you very much, and see you next time.